إن الذين فرقوا دينهم وكانوا شيعا لست منهم في شيء إنما أمرهم إلى الله ثم ينبئهم بما كانوا يفعلون.
I can show you in the Quran that Prophet Ibrahim was a Shia and the follower of Noah alayhi salam was a Shia. Why don't you show me Sunni from the Quran if you think we're worse than the Yahud? Go on, show me Sunni from the Quran, I dare you. Bruv, you don't even follow Muhammad, you follow Umar. There's a difference. You follow Umar, we follow Ali, who followed Muhammad. Hence we follow Muhammad. Of course we've got Sahih, but so you're telling me Sahih Bukhari is Sahih. Do you think Sahih Bukhari is Sahih? Okay, let me show you a few hadiths in Bukhari. Maybe we can, inshallah, remove your doubts about this book, okay? Do you believe Muslim is Sahih as well? So we believe Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, they're both Sahih. Here's my book of Bukhari mistakes. Okay, hold on. Let me open my Bukharis. Bro, I know we don't have Sahih books. Shias don't have Sahih books. We have Sahih narrations. We don't have Sahih books. We judge each hadith on its authenticity. Therefore, there's no such thing as a Sahih book. Each hadith is judged individually. Unlike you guys don't do that, do you? We judge each hadith according to its own individuality. I know they didn't come to split the Muslims, but the Prophet said my ummah will split. Now, do you want to start with some mistakes in Bukhari? Or do you want to start with Muslim? Okay, there's a hadith in Muslim which states the following. Now I want you to try and back up your claim if you can. No, I believe in Shia books, this is for you. Aisha says in Sahih Muslim, book 6, hadith 298, that the Prophet and I used to take a bath from a single pot while we were in Junub. Do you know what Junub is? Junub is after you've had intercourse. That's Junub. And they used to wash together while in that state. And during the menses, the Prophet used to order me to put on a dress worn below the waist, so that from the up it's all naked. And he used to fondle me. No, the thing is, I understand that the Prophets and Aisha are married, and okay, that's fair enough, but does she have to narrate this in a book of history that all the Muslims are going to read? Okay? I mean, that's just stupid, don't you think? And the worst thing is, let me show you a hadith here. You actually, do you know what? Let me show you this hadith here. You're going to love this one. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. Doesn't matter if she's his wife. Does the wife have to narrate such things like that? I know Aisha has also narrated how to do ghusl and showed the men how to do it from behind the sheet, naked. I know she's narrated a lot. MashaAllah, al-Mu'mineen, subhanallah. Okay, why don't you try explaining this? That if a woman does not have a husband and her lust becomes strong, then some of our scholars say it is permissible for the woman to take one of those, which is a piece of leather worked into a shape like a and insert it, and she may also use a cucumber. That's one. And then let me tell you another one what it says for the men. This is what it says for the men. I'll give you the reference for all of it. This is what it says for the men. If a man makes a hole in a watermelon or a piece of dough or a leather skin or a statue, he can have and then there is the same as what we have said about other types of masturbation. This is halal in the same circumstances than before, just as being on a journey. In fact, it's easier than doing it with the hand. I'll show you. Don't worry, I'm going to show you everything. I'm just going to take this one at a time, slowly, okay? There's no point in rushing it. Now, I will show it. I will. I've got it all here right in front of me. Now, if you look in Sahih Bukhari, in the chapter which is known as the Book of Beginning of Creation. No, I'm not going to write it because I've got it written in my book. See? I'm going to show you from my book. Yeah, I will. If you look in Sahih Bukhari, in the part where it says the beginning of creation, hadith number 3051. Bro, 3051, it's not hard to remember, is it? It says that the women sat with the Prophet without their hijabs, but upon Umar's entrance they wore it. And the Prophet told the women to unveil themselves. Right? The Prophet told the women to unveil themselves. This is Bukhari, the book of creation, the beginning of creation, hadith 3051. Yeah, I'm a dig. And it's also in Muslim in hadith 4410. I'm a munafiq, you're a munafiq. The Prophet said, Ya Ali la yuhibbuka illa mu'min wa la yubghizuka illa munafiq. You're a munafiq. Next, women were singing. Abu Bakr told them to stop singing. And the Prophet said, no, carry on singing. This is narrated in Bukhari, the book of Jummah, prayers, hadith number 897. It is narrated in Muslim, hadith number 1479. And it is narrated in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal in part 6, pages 166, 186, and 247. 247, okay? Now, the Prophet used to... Okay, there's a narration that the Prophet used to take a piss standing up in public. You believe that? That the Prophet used to urinate standing up in public. You believe that? No, in public. I can show you in Bukhari that it says public. Bro, the fact that you even believe that the Prophet used to urinate standing up is one point. Whether it's public or not is a separate issue. How can you believe that the Prophet used to stand up and urinate? Urinate while standing up is haram. What do you mean sometimes you can? What the hell is wrong with you? Sometimes you... You're stupid. But you can call me a dog as much as you want, that doesn't matter. Is a hadith in Sahih Muslim, Sahih Bukhari, the book of Wudu, volume 1. The Prophet used to urinate standing up in public. And in Sahih in Muslim, in the book of Tahara, chapter 22. Next. Oh, did you know, Shan, that the angel of death came to Prophet Musa and Prophet Musa attacked the angel of death? Did you know that? The angel of death. The angel of death came to Moses to take his life, and Moses slapped him in his eye and gave him a black eye, to which the angel of death fell unconscious. Then he woke up and told God that Musa attacked me. And this is in Bukhari, in the book of funerals, hadith number 1253. It's in Muslim in the book of virtues, hadith number 4374. And it's in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal in volume 2, pages 296, 315, 351, and 533. That's basically the mistakes in Bukhari. Now, if you want reference, I can give you reference. That is not a problem for me. Yeah, I'll give him the reference and everything. Now, let me show you some contradictions in Bukhari. Just so we can get on the same path here. Now, you claim that Bukhari is 100% Sahih, right? So why does your Sahih Bukhari have so many contradictions? For example, if you look at this hadith, it says that the Prophet had 100 wives. If you look at this hadith, it says the Prophet had 90 wives. It's not about Prophet Solomon, sorry. Should have clarified that. Prophet Solomon. If you look at this book, it says the Prophet... Now, look at those books. The first hadith says that the Prophet has 100 wives. The second hadith says the Prophet Solomon has 90 wives. The third hadith says Prophet Solomon had 70 wives. And this hadith says Prophet Solomon had 60 wives. So how many wives did Prophet Solomon have? Next, whose house did the Prophet used to drink honey in? Whose house did the Prophet used to drink honey in? If you look at this narration, it says the Prophet used to drink honey in Zainab's house. But then if you look at this narration, no, that's the same of Zainab's. Okay. How long did the Prophet stay in Mecca? Okay. How long did the Prophet stay in Mecca? It's a simple question. How long did the Prophet stay in Mecca? You can call it a joke as much as you want. These are your books, so yeah, they are jokes, to be honest. Anyway, how long did the Prophet stay in Mecca? This hadith says that the Prophet stayed in Mecca for 10 years. Okay? 10 years. This hadith says 10 years. Right? Next, so that's the first hadith. It says that the Prophet stayed there for 10 years. This hadith says he stayed in there for 13 years. And this hadith says that the Prophet stayed there for 15 years. Okay? There's another mistake and a contradiction in Bukhari. Now, what else can I show you? That is more than enough, but I want to keep on showing you hadiths. Okay, basically, there's an incident where the Prophet went somewhere, and how did he come back? There's narrations that tell us the Prophet came back. Is he gone? No, he's still here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 hadiths say that the Prophet returned back from a battle with a camel, right? Khaybar. And these 2 narrations state that the Prophet did not return with a camel. When the Prophet was interacting in a deal with an Arab pagan, these 2 narrations say he paid a certain amount of money. And these 2 narrations contradict the first 2 and say he paid another amount of money. What else have I got, man? I got lists and lists. The first 10 surahs of Kaf is the Jal, right? Okay. Everybody's heard of the Jal, right? Dajal's right eye was defective, or his left eye was defective. Which one was defective? If you look at this book, it says Dajal's right eye was defected. He has to be quiet. That says Dajal's right eye was affected. And this one, this hadith here, says Dajal's left eye was affected. Again, another contradiction. Now, what was the color of Jesus? Right? What color was Jesus? The first narrations tell us that Jesus had a fair complexion, and the second hadith says that Jesus had a reddish white complexion, and this hadith says that the Prophet Jesus had a white complexion. And then you have a hadith which says the Prophet Jesus had a red and white complexion. So you people can't even agree what the hell color Jesus was, and you want to debate to me about Matam? Seriously, man, you are messed up. I don't have to. If you write Sahih Bukhari volume 9 book 88 hadith number 242 in the Google search, it'll automatically tell you where this book is narrated from, so you don't have to check. These are the mistakes in Sahih Bukhari, and you're telling me I need to tell you who it's narrated from? That's like me telling you go to the shop around the corner and I don't tell you which shop it is. There's only one shop around the corner, so I don't have to explain to you what shop it is. Now, Fatima bin Qais, she was a widow of a martyr or simply divorced by her husband. Which one is right? Right? Sahih Bukhari here says that she was divorced. This hadith says that she was divorced. And this hadith says that she wasn't divorced. In fact, her husband died. There's another mistake in Sahih Muslim. What else have we got here? I think what I've shown is enough. Most Muslims don't believe in omens, but Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim give a different view. Okay, let's keep going down. I mean, you want to debate Matam, you want to debate calling on to others for help, when all of this is in the Quran. You claim that Shias do not have any Sahih books. We don't have Sahih books. Each Shia hadith is judged on its own individuality. There's no such thing as a Sahih Shia book. Our Mujtahids, what they had done is they collected all the hadith and put it in a book. And they said, once we die, I want our Shia and our learned people to go through the hadith, and whatever makes sense, class it as Sahih, and whatever doesn't, don't class it as Sahih. My leader's a kafir. Bro, do you know what? Your mother was a kafir.